Hello everyone, Jacksepticeye here. Today, we're going to be reacting to MatPat and the Film Theorist video on Article 13. I was going to make a separate video on Article 13, but since Matt has made a video, it's on #1 trending right now, and he's talking about Article 13, I think we call this like a team up. Because I can add another perspective to this thing, and he can do a lot of it. I'm going to give him like 75% of the credit though, because he is doing like 75% of the work here. So, let's get started, shall we?
Post memes, and your content might get flagged. Stop posting memes, and your account will remain safe, at least for a while. But think about posting your memeless videos many years from now and ask yourself, would you be willing to trade all those days for just one chance? One chance to come back here and tell them that they may copyright strike our accounts, but they will never kill our memes! Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show
that basically summed up the whole entire thing, but just in a short 30-second clip or so. This pretty much summed up a lot of what he's going to say in this video for a good 30 seconds. At this point, you might as well have had that. Plus, if he made a movie with that, I would have bought it.
quite honestly, might not be able to air in Europe anymore. That's not an opening joke or an exaggeration either. Do you watch gamers or film criticism channels? Have you ever laughed at a meme, SpongeBob, Thanos, or otherwise? Do you have a Twitter or Tumblr account? Have you ever used anything from Imager, Jiffy, or Giphy, depending on how you pronounce it? Are you one of those people who long for the old days of YouTube when the big media companies weren't on the platform? I am sure between all of those questions, I am talking to a huge chunk of you. And if I am, then pay very close attention to today's episode, because a huge percent of the content that you currently watch and share online is on the chopping block, including this show, and Game Theory, and GT Live. And if there's any hope of saving them, well, we've gotta act now. So if this is such a big deal, then why is no one talking about this supposed looming threat to all our online content? Well, I mean, the name alone is the Directive on Copyright in the Digital Single Market, which, oh boy, if that doesn't get you hyped, well then you don't even policy make, bro. In short, it's kinda complicated. And by kinda complicated, I mean really complicated. But you know me, I eat complicated topics for breakfast and then spit them back at you in a simplified, more digestible way. Just like a mama bird puking up little worm nuggets of knowledge. So let's get down to it before this show goes the way of Spider-Man on Titan. Cue the Thanos snap transition, since it might be one of the last times we can use it. I'm not feeling so good, Internet. You may have heard the words Article 13 tossed around on and off throughout this year. And if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen me trying to sound the alarms about this supposed meme ban, a piece of legislation that, according to Facebook, quote, could have serious unintended consequences for an open and creative internet. And according to...
Yeah, that is a lot of the problem. Article 13 does in fact sound like it's good. And he might bring that up, but it does sound like it's good, but it might have unintentional consequences. Like, and as Matt was talking about, he may not be able to air in Europe, and that's a good portion from what he's talking about. That's probably a good portion of all of his views. And in turn, it's how he makes a living. Now, Jacksepticeye, DanTDM, and a bunch of others that live in the community are definitely gonna be attacked. And I'll explain on that a little bit later.
YouTube CEO poses a threat to creators' livelihoods and all of our ability to upload videos to share our voices with the world. But then, what is this thing that everyone is so worried about? Well, let me explain. Right now, all websites, and I mean all websites, including big ones like YouTube, Tumblr, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit, Twitter, they all rely on two key legal principles to operate: fair use and safe harbor. Fair use is one...
Yeah, and YouTube's fair use policy is a little bit screwed. Correction, their copyright policy. If they have robot that's doing all of it, it may see something other that it shouldn't be, and flags copyright when nationalities would be fair use, which is kind of how a lot of it happened. That's how Taylor Fisheries has dealt with in the past. And why pick on the poor guy? Jeez.
Probably all of you watching are familiar with at this point, since everyone on YouTube claims that their video is protected by it.
Fair use is very, very easy to understand.
I'm Alex from I Hate Everything. And where's the fair use?
So we will be the first client of this account that will be known as the Fair Use Protection Account, also known as FUPA.
But what is it exactly? Well, it allows for the use of copyrighted materials without the permission of the original copyright holder. You may have seen some video creators specifically go out of their way to state that their use of clips is for educational purposes.
Now, with all you've just learned in this video that I've made for educational purposes,
And that's because educational use, along with criticism and review, commentary, news reporting, and research, are all things that are explicitly allowed by United States fair use doctrine. It's how I'm able to show Gravity Falls clips like this one, and cutouts of characters like this one, when crafting theories about how the show isn't over. Because the show isn't over. It should be over. Please don't tell me it's over. I refuse to believe that it's over. Please.
Dude, you're pulling a theory that terribly failed into a video that could be the end of your channel. Plus, you can't kid yourself. The show's over, and it was supposed to be about summer. Childhoods don't last. That's forever. And neither does summer. So, yeah. It is over. Plus, that theory you did is unoriginal. Okay? So, somebody already did that one before you, and you basically just made it your own. Yeah. So, enough with the ranting.
Bring back Gravity Falls, or how CinemaSins can show clips from a movie to sin them, or how honest trailers can show clips from a movie to honestly trailer them. It's how we're able to edit together SpongeBob SquarePants with the Super Smash Bros. World of Light trailer to have Squidward suddenly getting vaporized mid-bath, or how Thanos can snap his fingers to dust away the Emoji Movie. Thank you for that, by the way. But what if something doesn't fall under fair use? Like if I just straight up re-upload a chunk of Harry Potter? Well, that's where Safe Harbor comes in. You see, according to the United States Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or DMCA, media companies can issue takedown notices to website owners requesting the removal of infringing content on their site. When someone uploads a 24-hour live stream of Family Guy to YouTube, YouTube isn't actually responsible for committing that copyright violation. They're only responsible for removing it. That is the principle of Safe Harbor. That YouTube here is just an intermediary. It's not at fault for someone misusing the system and uploading illegal stuff as long as it gets taken down. And as such, they're shielded from copyright liability. That's why creators get copyright strikes and not YouTube. And just know that when I say YouTube, I really also mean SoundCloud, Imgur, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, pretty much any site that allows users to upload content. Now, there's one problem that you might have noticed with what I just described, that all of these laws are in the United States. The United States Fair Use Doctrine, the United States Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Europe has some...
Yeah. Lego is in fact from Denmark. That's kind of where Lego started. So, the laws there are different than the ones in the U.S. Taylor Fisheries is a U.S. citizen, as far as I know anyway, who creates Lego-based content, and if Lego, a Denmark-based country, is in fact getting on about all this, laws are not the same. So...
very different policies. Policies that the Article 13 meme ban threatens to make even stricter. You see, in Europe, it's not called fair use, it's called permitted use. Now, that at first might seem like an insignificant word change, but just the name permitted use actually speaks to how the European doctrine differs from the US. Think about what the word permit means. It means that you need permission to do something. For example, you're not allowed to park somewhere without a permit from the city. Home improvements require require a construction permit from the government. Basically, you're not allowed to do this unless we say that you're allowed to. And the same applies to copyrighted works. You're not allowed to use them except where explicitly and expressly permitted to do so. And I think you can start to see where the system might fall apart. So, where are you permitted to use this stuff? Well, as stated before, the U.S. Fair Use Doctrine specifies that for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research, the use of a copyrighted work is considered fair. However, an important fact here is that the list isn't exclusive. In other words, the U.S. Fair Use Doctrine is written in a way that basically says lots of things can qualify as fair use. Here are some examples. This in turn allows the law to remain flexible and include new forms of media that have arisen since it was written, like memes or vlogs, which didn't exist back when U.S. copyright law was first being drafted. By contrast, the European permitted use policy takes the completely opposite approach. According to the EU's Copyright and the Information Society Directive of 2001, use for parody, quotation, private copying, or classroom use are permitted. At first, that seems pretty similar to U.S. doctrine, but then you realize that's it. That is the whole list. Anything that is not on that list is automatically not allowed. Under U.S. law, you could take something like this scene.
What the hell are you?
And remix it to do something like this.
What the hell are you?
It's me, Mario. Quality meme, 10 out of 10. Clap, clap. And U.S. lawyers would say, well, this might technically not be a criticism or commentary, but it's not like this person is trying to take anyone else's work and pass it off as their own. Fair use. European Union doctrine as it's written says, is it for classroom? Is it a quotation? Is it parody? Well, then no permit for you. Oh, and that last one about parody might be a bit confusing, but the legal definition of parody is actually very strict. The best example is something like a parody song. In order to officially qualify, the new parody version of the song needs to have lyrics that directly make fun of the original work, so it's a very limited, narrow definition. In short, Europe's copyright doctrine just tends to be a lot stricter. But Article 13 is what threatens to make a bad problem even worse, because now it's actively targeting the idea of safe harbor. It directly states that, quote, online content sharing service providers, i.e. sites like YouTube, Tumblr, Reddit, whatever, and rights holders, the movie studios, music labels, etc., shall cooperate in good faith in order to ensure that unauthorized protected works or other subject matter are not available on their services. So basically,
This basically means if you are a channel that survives on doing music videos and animated videos from other record labels, you're screwed. If you make a living off of your doing music videos, which I don't know why you would make a living just off those, but if you're making a living off of those and this law goes into effect, long story short, you're screwed. Because a lot of the time, if you're using a different song you didn't create or anything, you know, you're basically using a copyrighted song. And basically what that means, when we look into that, is a lot of Gosh Studio YouTubers that like using copyrighted songs for backgrounds, try to tell a story, are screwed. Let's see what Matt has to say.
all these sites need to work to ensure that copyrighted stuff isn't uploaded. That shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? YouTube has Content ID, which protects against wrongful uploads, sometimes a bit too aggressively, but certainly enough to ensure that I can't find full episodes of Phineas and Ferb on here without paying. It should be covered. And meanwhile, sites like Dailymotion, where you can find literally all sorts of illegal uploads on, will be held accountable and need to clean up their act. It all sounds reasonable, right? But here's the trouble. You see, an earlier version of Article 13 mentioned, quote, proportionate content recognition technologies, which sounds like what YouTube already has in place. Automatic detection of recognized content upon upload. And if that was actually what was written, well then things would be fine. I wouldn't be making this episode. But this didn't make it into the version that passed. The people behind Article 13, which is mostly the music industry, because quite frankly the music industry tries to kill anything that it finds threatening, wants to keep the language vague because then they can demand basically anything they want and say, well, the law requires you to cooperate in all good faith with us. What does good faith mean? It's unclear, it's poorly defined, and that's the problem. What they're demanding is that
Yeah.
nothing that has the potential to be infringing be uploaded onto these websites. Catching it via Content ID once it's on the system isn't good enough. They want to stop it before it even gets uploaded. So what does that translate to? Well, it has the potential to mean the end of all user-generated content. The stuff that we all make. I mean, think about it. Who loses in this situation? Not the movie studios or the big media companies. They're all permitted to use their own rights. Not the music industry. They just own the songs. It's us. All of us. We all lose.
So, the movie industry, they're fine with this. They really aren't too effective with it. Music industry, yeah, they're not really too effective with it. But all the content creators are completely screwed. I know I keep using that type of wording more than once, but it's true. Alright? Basically, if I make a Gakushou music video on Tom Petty, for example, which I should probably start doing because that's a good idea. If I do that, there is a chance, with this logging into effect, my channel could be gone. And that's where a lot of its problem on, especially if you're a channel that kind of relies on this as, a job. If the end of user-generated content happens, your way of income just got destroyed. Your channel got destroyed, your way of income got destroyed. Now you're either, one, living on the street, or two, you gotta go find yourself another job. And that's really what, it's kind of really what, what's this all aiming at. And Ireland's part of the European Union, I believe. So Jacksepticeye is definitely at fault here. That would take a big blow, and then DanTDM would also take a big blow. And any other YouTuber that relies on YouTube as a job wants to go ahead, make content we enjoy so they can make a living. If this law goes into effect and the end of user-generated content happens, they're all screwed. They might as well just start looking for another job right now. It's basically said it's passed, but we need to try to stop it as quick as we can, okay? There was one video I was watching to get a good idea of it, and it said that really nobody that voted on it had zero clue what it was about, which is what Matt's been saying. The way it's worded gives the music industry and movie industry the upper hand. Basically, if they're trying to make it so people can express themselves, Article 13 is not the way to go. So, let's finish the rest of this.
It's the people on YouTube and Tumblr and TikTok and Twitter and whatever we lose. In a conversation I personally had with YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki about Article 13, she made it very clear. If this ends up going through with the current legal language, YouTube will have to treat Europe like a bubble. Videos uploaded outside of Europe won't be able to go in, and in Europe, the only people who will really be permitted to upload will end up being the big companies. If you need even more proof, she even wrote about it. Quote, if implemented as proposed, Article 13 threatens hundreds of thousands of jobs.
See, told ya. I was really making this point before she brought it up. And I wonder how he gets the time to talk with the actual CEOs. Assuming I actually talk to the CEO, that's probably where he gets on trendy right now, actually. And if it goes through as originally proposed as right now, it's screwing over a lot of people, especially in the UK. Now, if you're a UK you get my point. The European Union. I watch way too many UK-based YouTubers, so I say that a lot. I apologize for that. But a lot of you might find that I watch Stampy, I watch Squishy, Quack, I watch Dan, I watch some other YouTubers like that. This goes into effect. They just threatened a lot of jobs. So they might as well start looking, those people that make those jobs might as well start looking for other ones right now. If they get the word that gone through, they might as well start looking for other jobs. Which, whether or not they can actually afford the house they're living in thanks to those jobs or not, is really questionable actually. So the way it's currently proposed, if it goes through, DanTDM and I think Indigo as well. I have to double check on the Sweden thing, but Jacksepticeye definitely might as well start looking for another job as supermarket attendant or a pole dancer like his last video. And then DanTDM and all those other people are definitely going to be hurt by this if it goes through. If we can stop it from going through, we just save the internet. Hashtag save your internet. I'm going to be spamming that in the comment section, so you use it more. I have to double check to see how many of my channel views come from the European Union based countries. I'll definitely have to look that one up, but I'm basically positive based throughout there, because I think I looked at somewhere where a lot of my views, some good decent portion of my views actually come from the European Union.
European creators, businesses, artists, and everyone they employ. The proposal could force platforms like YouTube to allow only content from a small number of large companies. It would be too risky for platforms to host content from smaller original content creators because the platforms would now be directly liable for that content. End quote. The safe harbor shield that was protecting YouTube from copyright strikes may dissolve. And because their butts are on the line for all copyright strikes now, the only people YouTube can allow to upload are the people they are certain owns the IP rights, the big companies. And all other sites would have to follow suit, and it is expensive and difficult to make an appropriate content ID system. Even worse, it could empower media companies to make more erroneous copyright claims, such as the case where Sony Music Entertainment went after people posting classical music composed by Bach. What's more, we usually think about copyright protection as it applies to
So, wait a minute. Sony Entertainment went after people using classical music from Bach. As far as I know, I don't think they own the rights to that. Bach did back in the day. So, if it's spreading great music around, especially from like Bach or Beethoven, I don't see why they complain. Because, I mean, hey, yeah, maybe a little bit of copyright, but if people are spreading my music around and they credit me so they can listen to them themselves, I wouldn't be complaining.
Movies and music, but simple images are covered by copyright as well. Every painting, every drawing, every logo that's posted to the internet is copyrighted material. Every tattoo, that's not an exaggeration, tattoos are actually owned by the artist who made them. And of course, each and every meme. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Boy, that sucks for people.
Yeah. It's finally time he brought back the memes, because the title is talking about how the memes are dead. We've been talking for probably the past 5 minutes or so what Article 13 is and how it could affect everybody.
Over in Britain, wait, they're not part of the EU. Hold up. Would Britain be affected by Article 13? Yeah, apparently they would be. Alright. Sucks for people over in Britain, France, and Spain, but why should I care? Well, you might not be European, but the sites you use operate in countries that are part of the EU. And when different countries have different laws, companies usually cater to the least common denominator. Rather than having different policies for users in different countries, companies will just usually target the strictest set of rules and comply with those, then apply that set of rules to everybody. For a recent example of this, earlier this year, you probably got a flood of emails from Facebook, Google, Reddit, and pretty much every website under the sun notifying you, hey, we've updated our privacy policy, click that you accept it. Well, the fact that you got all these emails around the same time wasn't a coincidence. All of these companies...
I haven't got any yet. If I did, I haven't checked the email.
Were updating their privacy policy to comply with GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation passed in May by, you guessed it, the European Union. These sorts of privacy and copyright changes affect all users, not just those based in the EU. And trust me, once media companies realize that they can take us down in one part of the globe, I guarantee they'll be knocking down the door trying to make it happen in more corners of the earth. So, European or not, the EU Copyright Directive is something that should matter to you, threatening your memes, your online shows, and most importantly, the literally hundreds of thousands of people who make their living working online. Me, the whole theorist team, every
DanTDM, Markiplier. I don't necessarily think he's count, but it's close enough. Random encounters, like any Lego-based YouTuber is definitely very vulnerable if this thing goes through. Yeah, we're pretty much vulnerable at all. If Lego spots our content, they can literally flag up no reason. So, we're pretty already vulnerable, and then if this thing goes through, we're basically just sitting ducks. You know, like Jacksepticeye. You know, and Britain would definitely be affected by it, so Mumbo Jumbo, Stampylonghead, Squishy, DanTDM, Indigo, I think. We're gonna put him on this list just to name a couple few. You all get the gist. And even though Dennis and Vapor the Gamer aren't in the European Union, as Matt was saying, companies will find one strict policy and use it for everybody. So anybody in Canada would definitely be at fault here.
YouTuber that you watch. So what can you do at this point? Well, there are three things. First, and most importantly, spread the word. People aren't talking about this because it's a complicated issue, but start raising awareness about the dangers of Article 13. Share this video with your favorite online creators. And not because I'm like, give me a lot of views, though in this case, I absolutely want this video to get a lot of views, but because I think I did a pretty
Yeah, this is a video that clickbait is good on. Because clickbait, you get people to watch your video about this so they can spread it. They can educate people and stuff like that. No way I'm like attacking Matt, sort of, tearing apart a series, but this is one case that's not gonna happen. Not today. But the way okay. So let's put it this way. Oh, you guys may not like me tearing around Matt. Well, if this thing goes through, I'm gonna do one on this video, okay? But if it doesn't go through, I won't on this video. So definitely go share this with all your different other YouTubers. They need to make a video on it. And I'm surprised DanTDM and Jacksepticeye are not making videos on this. I swear. The more people that watch a video like this, that can spread the word about it, the better chance that there is about having this thing not go through and YouTube be rude for everybody. So let's just watch
job
what
of
he has to say
explaining the
about it.
issue in a clear way that wasn't super boring. Basically, we need people to understand why this matters. And then number two, make your own content. Start tweeting about Article 13 with the hashtag #SaveYourInternet. Make videos, raise awareness. And finally, number three, if you're in Europe, talk to your MEPs. Find out whether they supported Article 13 and why. Convince them in a clear and reasoned and logical way that Article 13, as it's currently written, will cause significant harm to the the European internet. We need MEPs to understand what's really going on here and think through the consequences of the language of the law. No one here is disagreeing that the rights of copyright holders should be infringed upon. That's not the issue. The issue is that the language of the law is too vague, and as it's currently written, it opens the door for media companies to abuse this legislation. And you have to do these three things right away, right now, because here's the thing. This bad policy isn't something hypothetical that could happen. It is something that has already happened. It has passed multiple times, and it is currently in the final stages of voting. It's a real thing. They're just solidifying the language now. And if nothing is done to change that language, it could be finalized and implemented in its current form before the end of this year. And if it is, this is a preview of the show that you might just end up seeing every week. And that's no theory. That's a fact. Save your internet, guys. Help me save my job. This is a battle that really matters. And hey, if you want to enjoy...
Yeah, and if you care about your YouTubers like DanTDM or Jacksepticeye, share this video to them so they make a video about it. And tell them, if they don't make a video about this, they're screwed. Because if they lose their jobs, thanks to this, they are most likely, if they don't want to lose their jobs, they need to make a video on this. And I don't use this job, but I'm going to help you guys share the word about it. Because, as Matt said, help save his job. Help save, other people's jobs that live around here. Jacksepticeye, and PewDiePie, and all those other people. The reason I didn't mention Mark for a second time is I think all the money he makes, he goes straight to charity, which, that's still a good reason, but the whole point of my rant there was people that make it for a living will be severely hurt there, so. But definitely go share it to Mark, go share it to Jack, share it to PewDiePie. If you haven't already made a video, I haven't double checked. Share it to DanTDM and everybody else. Because the quicker they do it, the quicker they can save their jobs.
Another meme video, well, I'm still currently able to air them. Click the box to the left to watch more meme goodness as I calculate the length of the single longest meme ever created in history. The length of this thing is gonna shock you. And finally, make sure you subscribe. We have some amazing theories coming up before the end of the year on Guardians of the Galaxy, on the deadliest Disney movie, on some classic animated series, Spider-Man anime. It's gonna be a good end of the year. So make sure that you have a slightly better chance of seeing it appear on your homepage by smashing that subscribe button, and do me the favor, ring the bell. That way you're guaranteed to get notifications. Now go, talk about Article 13. Save your internet. Save my job. All of us over here on the Theorist team are hoping you're able to do it.
Yep. Hey, what was that? Oh, there's a Facebook ad. Yeah. I doubt half of it, but do share this to any other major YouTuber so you can save their job. Please. And hope you enjoy this video. I will definitely see you in the next video. By the way, as of this video, we're super close to 250 subscribers. And what does that mean? We're close to the 250 subscriber Q&A. It's not too late to post questions on that Q&A video. So, you might want to do it right now, actually. I'm gonna wait till this thing uploads to even record the other one. Because people need to see this. So, yeah. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.